Sure, thank you. So it's the first opportunity to introduce the course, introduce the methodology, introduce us, introduce you. And I prepared a very short presentation to organize my ideas. And again, welcome to be here. And I will start this presentation. During the presentation, if you have any question, you can interrupt me immediately, or you can stand your hands using the tools, the icons, or you can, oh, Professor, I didn't understand you. I would like to ask something. You can interrupt anytime that you want, okay? So, okay, more time, more guys. Okay. So, give me a second. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe someone is the audio open and I can see the TV. And Brasileirão. Okay, much better. So, oh, I need to share my audio too. Give me a second. Okay.
In an intertwined present and future, it's important to know how to connect and collaborate with one another. The best place to start to learn how to do this is in our classrooms. What is Global Classroom? It's an initiative from the Vice Rectory for International Affairs of Tecnológico de Monterrey that aims to connect text courses with a course from an international partner university to offer meaningful learning by linking students to a multicultural and collaborative international experience through a digital environment. Global Classroom is based on COIL, Collaborative Online International Learning, a teaching learning model that combines the 4 essential dimensions of virtual mobility: collaborative exercise between professors and students, use of technology and online interaction, potential international dimensions, integrated into the learning process. The COIL model consists of 3 basic activities: icebreaker, collaborative work, and reflection. The icebreaker will make students initiate the interaction with their international classmates in a casual way to generate trust and communication through technology. Collaborative work is the core of the model, and it consists of at least 1 activity carried out in multicultural teams. Students from both institutions work together to achieve a common goal. Professors decide the type of activity and the final product that the students need to deliver. The reflection is the last element of a global classroom, where students share their learning experience from both the knowledge acquired and the differences and similarities found while collaborating with their international classmates. What are the benefits of this kind of experience? A global classroom promotes global learning by exposing students to real problems in an international context, fostering diversity, inclusion, and appreciation for their own and other cultures. Professors can enrich and transform their class by offering an even more significant learning. It also enables networking with other professors, generating opportunities for professional development and research with international colleagues. How are courses linked? Professors work collaboratively in the design of a set of activities conducted in parallel within each participant course. Professors can choose to work with a partner in the same field or from a different studies area who complements the knowledge of students. When the design is ready, the information is placed in a common platform to let students know exactly what to do and how to interact. Educational technologies facilitate collaboration, and its selection depends on the learning objectives and design of each activity. Join us for a new, global, and rewarding learning experience. For more information, contact Tech Global Classroom at itesm.mx.
So, okay, the global classroom is an environment to to solve a real and complex problem, use collaboration between different cultures. Okay, uh, the problem that is you need to work in this time is a problem that is significant, is a real problem, important problem to our society. Okay, to society in Mexico and society in Brazil. The problem that you need to work inside the global classroom need to follow the SDG goals from NATO. And in the particular case, the problem that we select to you, we involve industry, innovation, infrastructure, and sustainability, cities and communities. Inside this problem, give me a sec. Okay, I and the Professor Luis José González, Luis Yepes Perez, and Cesar Marcondes will help you to acquire the final target that we present in the next slide. But before, I would like to introduce me. I'm Alexandre Barreto. I'm professor from Tech, and I was professor in ITA in software engineering group. I did my PhD in Brazil in ITA. I finished in 2013, if I'm not wrong. And after it, I started to work in I was director from the ICEA in Brazil, Airspace Control Institute in Brazil. And after it, I go to the private sector and start to work in the drone developer and teaching together. And when I have the opportunity to go to Met Technology, Monterey, and to the George Mason, United States. So again, I'm happy. I'm work here I'm teach with Professor Yepes and Professor Luis Gonzalez, one course that is IoT course. And again, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to join and develop this work with you. Okay. I don't know Luis Gonzalez is here. I believe I think no. But Luis Yepes, can you introduce you? Maybe a little in Portuguese, because Luis Yepes speaks Portuguese very well too.
Hello, everybody. Good night. My name is Luis Yepes. I'm professor here on Tecnológico de Monterrey. I have a PhD in computer science from Mexico City, Tecnológico de Monterrey. First, I have an engineering in electronics and systems. So I understand very well the hardware of the systems, but also the software. So we are collaborating in this assignment, the IoT, and we have different subjects teaching here in Mexico. So I'm glad to be part of this initiative, of this global shared learning. And as Alexandre says, I also speak some of Portuguese because I was living 5 months there in Brazil, and my wife is from there. My wife, so we'll be glad to talk with some students from Brazil, as I talk here with some students from Mexico. So welcome to the course.
Thank you, Luis. He speaks very well Portuguese, okay? Very, very well. Okay, Cesar, can you introduce you?
Yes. Can you hear me? Okay. So my name is Cesar Marcondes. I'm a professor at Aeronautics Institute of Technology, ITA, our institution. Our institution is a very prestigious engineering school. And in this course that I'm teaching is a computer networking course. Basically, it's within the schedule of a computer engineering course. So this is a computer engineering degree, and inside we have this computer networking course. About me, so I did my PhD back in 2008 at University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, in the area of computer networking. And after that, I was a professor for about 10 years in Federal University of San Carlos. That's a university here in the state of São Paulo, another university, also prestigious in many areas. So we are looking forward for this collaboration, for these activities and all that. I invited all the students from ITA to come and see this inaugural lesson. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Cesar. Thank you very much, Luis. Again, we are happy to be here. I believe you have the good opportunity to share experience. Maybe some Brazilian students visited Mexico after this collaboration, and maybe some Mexican students visit Brazil. It's nice, nice place to both places nice to be. So, what will you work? Again, this collaboration aims to join different cultures to solve a real problem. Okay, we studied a lot of different cases, and we select the flood scenario. Why the flood scenario? Because it's not so rare in Brazil. Every year happens, not so in big scale, but every year you have problems in the flooding or in the northeast or in the north of the country or in São Paulo sometimes, and a lot of time in the south of country. Every year have this problem in Brazil, and every year you have this problem in Mexico. Okay, so no, sometimes not in the Mexico City, but you have in the north of the country, like for example in Monterrey, and it's a one type of problem that you don't have. The first thing that stop to work is the telecommunication, because the electricity go out and the telecommunication go out, and together the electricity. It's crazy. I work in a big project in EDP in São Paulo. The people from Brazil knows that one requirement is crazy, but one requirement to the telecommunication provider is that the radio have electricity if you have outage. It's crazy because you need to ask it, because it's not common. And the telecommunication is the first thing that you lost. The second thing, in the beginning of the big problems, you don't have any command control resource. You don't have means to help the people in the situation. After 1 week, after the increase of the problem, Air Force, Army, and others go to the place and create one infrastructure to support the operation. But in the beginning of the operation, you don't have C2 resource. And the technology that you plan to use is use the drone to support this operation. I believe Brazilian guy, remember, what's the name? It's not a flute, but it's a problem with, oh my gosh. I'm missing the name in Minas Gerais. Is the
Brumadinho?
Brumadinho, yes, Brumadinho. Yes, thank you. You have a problem in Brumadinho, and the people suffer a lot the consequence, and the city is underwater. and the people don't have resource there. And I have a company that has provides drone inspections to the power grids using drones. And my company is, the people call my company to support the operation in that place. Okay, and it's not a very futuristic, but it's a lot of operations are now to support people in dangerous situation use drones. Okay, and okay, you have the drones, but the second technology that you plan to use, in the first moment you think to use the Raspberry device, but you think, okay, the people don't have Raspberry, but has Android. The poor people has Android, and you use Android to, the people use Android, connect with the network provided from the drones to send your position and ask for help. Okay.
Yeah.
Again.
Can I complement? Can I complement?
Yes, sure. Yes, please.
Yes. So in the case of Brumadinho, what happened was the largest mineral company in Brazil is called Vale. Mining all the ore and resources like that. They had like this huge dam of waste dam. And this dam, due to lots of rain and a lot of uncontrolled waste, the dam practically exploded. And all the city, one city called Brumadinho, was completely covered with this mud based on waste and also based on lots of water. So we are looking at this scenario as a disaster scenario where we don't have communication. So it's a rescue. You need some rescue team. You need some command and control resources to find out where the people are. If the people is underwater, if the people was completely covered with mud, it's going to be very difficult to find out all of them. So the idea is to use these drones such that people can alert where they are, and the drones can send this message back to a command and control, such that this becomes a very realistic scenario. And Barreto will explain more about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for compliment the scenario. It's until now the rescue team find barriers in the place because it's a very big accident that happened in, I cannot remember, I believe 2-3 years ago or more, 4, I don't know. So in this picture here, you have Joinville in Brazil and Monterrey in Mexico. To be understand that the problem is a common problem. I selected here a video. Okay, it's to understand one problem that happens in Brazil in 2008 in Itajaí. It's the case. It's the motivation to work in this problem. What happens in Itajaí? In Itajaí, you have a big amount of rain that rain a lot for, I believe, is 1 week. 1 week you rain. What is the amount is correlated to like for 1 month or a little more in 1 week, and the city, the complete city is underwater. Okay, a lot of people died in this situation. Okay, to understand more or less how is the scenario that you work, I will have this video. This city, to understand, this city is a big city in the south of the country. There are a lot of industry. I don't know exactly how many people is, but it's a big city. Okay, I believe you have some idea. The video is big, okay? 5 minutes, the people flying during the place, but you'll see nothing, only water and water, okay? Okay, in our case, you think about the people who has Android device, okay? And provide two information, the GPS position and the severity, okay? What is the severity? It's high, low, and middle, okay? And the people connect with the drones network that provide Wi-Fi Wi-Fi to these people. And the people using the protocol MQTT, is the IoT protocol, send this information to the drones. The drones work like a bridge and reply this information to a command and control center that provide dashboard and other application to planning the operations and to define where you send their rescue team. Okay. Seeing this problem with a little more technical details, again, you have the device using Android that sends GPS position severity. The drones use the Mosquito. Mosquito is a broker, an open source broker that you can configure it to receive this message and work like a bridge broker and send to a central broker the message to the cloud. In the cloud, this broker store the information in the SL database, and you have the dashboard is created using or Freeboard or Grafana or any other dashboard application that you want. And this dashboard go to the database, collect the information, and create a nice dashboard to support the operation. Okay, and present the information based in the geolocation and define and show dashboard to present the risk and the severity of the people. Okay, in a little more detail. Okay, the same thing in a little more detail. To provide more realistic scenarios, to have not only one device and one dashboard and one drone, okay? We use an emulation environment that the name is Mininet Wi-Fi. And this Mininet Wi-Fi, you simulate or emulate a large number of devices that send data to inside to drones, and the drones send to the cloud. In this scenario, you have a lot of emulated devices, clients and drones, but you have two real devices. One client running Android, real Android, and the dashboard and the cloud part is a real application, okay, that you can run in the real cloud, like a Microsoft cloud, or in a virtual machine like a VMware or VirtualBox.
Can I complement?
Okay, go ahead, Cesar.
Yeah, go back one slide, please. So the Mininet Wi-Fi is a project based on a Stanford implementation of a tool called Mininet. So Mininet, basically, the basic idea of Mininet is run a network in your laptop. Basically, it creates an environment where you can test ideas about networking by using sort of containers, and these containers are interconnected using networks. And this project started in 2007, 2008, something like that, at Stanford, and it became very popular. And one team from Brazil became interested in trying to do the same using Wi-Fi. So Mininet Wi-Fi is a fork from the Mininet project from Stanford, and it's supported nowadays by the University of Campinas in Brazil, at Unicamp. So in their website, they have a book about the Mininet Wi-Fi. They have lots of videos. The author is a professor nowadays in north of Brazil, and he provided like 100 videos about how to use this tool, how to use all the components of this tool. I can show you like a demo if it's possible, Barreto.
Yes,
You're
sure.
mute.
Give me a second. I stop here. You can share your screen. Give me a second. Yes, you can. Are you mute? You're on mute, Cesar.
Sorry. Zoom is usually very more complicated than the other ones. Here in my screen, I'm using the Oracle VirtualBox. Basically, the Oracle VirtualBox is a virtualization tool that you can prepare one virtual machine. And I prepared this virtual machine for this activity. And in this virtual machine, it's already installed with the Mininet Wi-Fi. So the Mininet Wi-Fi is there is lots of examples inside the directory, the Mininet Wi-Fi. And one of the examples, the example that matches the most the idea of the design of this project is the UAV example. The UAV example, the password is Wi-Fi. The UAV example, it's basically creation of three drones that have wireless internet that interconnect the three drones, and you can see two visualizations. One visualization is based on the software called Coppelia Sim. A Coppelia Sim is a software used in robotics to visualize components like this. You can see here the three drones here. The other visualization is this Wi-Fi map. And this Wi-Fi map, it shows the connectivity of the drones. So this drone is connected to this drone, and this drone is connected to no one. So only these two are interconnected. And because the scenario has some wind, you can see that the drones are like drifting a little bit. So you can see that they move a little bit. And all of that is controlled by the Mininet Wi-Fi here, using this interface, where you can interact with the drones from the point of view of the Wi-Fi. For example, I could interact with the drones. Let me see. So host. H1 is one of the hosts, and I can see the IP address. Like I can do H1 ifconfig. So I can see like here is one IP address of one of the drones. I think the other one is station 1, ifconfig. Oops. Yeah, I think it's not the thing. His name. DR, sorry, drone. DR1. And the drones are interconnected using this network. So we can ping the drones one to the other to see the connectivity working on. So one of the drones is trying to ping the other one. Since the DR1 probably is far away, it cannot ping. But as soon as it reaches the destination, close the other drone, then it can send some ping. So I'm just showing this because this is like a scenario that you can use for the project, and I will provide the virtual machine. Thank you.
Okay, Thank you, Cesar. So, okay, again, to continue to understand a little more detail, you have the client. Okay, give me a second to see where is it. Where is it? I don't know. Okay, you have the client, the real client, connected with the emulation gateway, and you have drones, the Python code that is emulating inside the emulating the real device, send data to the Mosquito. And where is my pointer? I'm looking for the pointer in the I found. Okay. This node here represent the emulate a client like that, okay? But you don't use the Python, oh, sorry, you don't use Android, either you don't use JavaScript, and you implement the client like that using the Python code, like you use in the class and the master, okay? It's the same here where you have the drones, you implement the Mosquito and using the virtual machine the container that you run inside the simulation, okay? So, in the cloud stage, you use real servers. Okay, how you do it? We use the GSL methodology, okay? Where you have the beginning, you have the icebreaker activity. I explain a little better ahead. At the end, you have the reflection activity, where you comment, you declare. Use the same methodology in the icebreaker. You declare what you think about the experience, if it's good, it's not good, what you can improve, what you give you some feedback, like your reflection in the agile methodology, you know? And you have the collaborative multicultural activity, okay? Here tells that it happens in 2 weeks. However, in our case, you use 4 weeks to develop the project because the project is big. Which activity you have? And the first week, you have the icebreaker. This week, the first week, you have the icebreaker video. Oh, sorry. And reply to the peers. I will explain these activities ahead, okay? The second week, you have the project setup. And the week 3, you have the client in the edge stage. Week 4, you have the cloud stage. One important thing is you need to integrate the application with the emulation environment only in the week 4, okay? You have 3 weeks to develop the containers, develop the broker. You can perform everything outside the emulation, and you have more time to develop the emulation part, okay? And you need to finalize it only in the week 4. And the week 5, you have the final presentation and the reflection. What is the final presentation? The final presentation is a workshop that we develop all the groups in Brazil and Mexico. You need to define a date, but you think about it at time. Not the problem is not a date, the problem is time, but you define it a little ahead. I believe the week 5, week 5, yes, the week 5 is I believe is the exam, semana de exame, no? I believe it's a little.
Yeah, we have two exam weeks. Yeah, I think is probably in the second exam week. Yeah.
Okay, and in the Mexico is the same. I believe is a exam week 2. What make better because you can adjust the time during the day because you don't have class. But again, it's a workshop where each group, all the groups present your work, and you need to present what? What's the problem? 3 minutes. The technical architecture of solution, 80 minutes. How to configure the solution, 1 minute, and the demo system. You have 8 minutes to show what you did. Okay. Oh, nice. I stop a little and introduce Professor Luis José Gonzalez. Luis José, can you talk a little, introduce yourself shortly?
Yeah, sure. First of all, sorry about the delay. I was out of light here at my home, and just now it came back. My name is Luis Gonzalez. Very nice to meet you all. Sorry again about the delay. I'm teacher here in the Tec de Monterrey, and I'm teaching the part of the databases and interactive design mostly. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Luis. Thank you for joining us. And okay, return. And you have it's an online suggestion. Okay, you can use, for example, 4 minutes to explain the problem, 7 minutes to technical architecture, 2 minutes to, but the total amount is, this is the total amount that you have to present your solution. Okay, what is important? Demonstrate your solution. Okay, again, we suggest to use a Mosquito. We suggest to use you have a schedule of the Android code. It's a suggestion. You can, for example, in the last year, we suggest to use again the free board, and one student use the real cloud and the Power BI from the Microsoft to represent the demo. It's only a suggestion. Okay, you can improve it and do it much better than we suggest. Okay, it's only a suggestion. Okay. An important thing, I will show in a little ahead one website that is the very important means to share information is the GitHub. In the GitHub, you have all the activities until the end of this project defined. And one important thing is you have the description of the activity, and you have la rubrica, the rubric. Okay, what it is, la rubrica, no, in Spanish, is the way that we the professors will evaluate you. For example, the icebreaker activity, the generation of the video. I'll explain a little ahead. If you want to receive 100 points, you need to accomplish this step here. Okay, it's good because it's clear how you'll be evaluated. Sometimes it's bad because you can do a little, but again, it's good because it's clear. You don't have surprise. Okay, but again, if you sometimes you have the guys don't follow exactly what is right here, but do a good work, and we can consider but it's an approach to follow. So an important website is the GitHub. I will show the GitHub. The address is already in the Slack. I share in the Slack, and the GitHub is this website here. Okay, what you have in this website? Everything about the project. You have some information about the project. What is the project? What's the problem? Why the problem is important? You have the scenario description. You have the schedule. Okay, what you need to submit date by date. Okay, for example, the step 1 icebreak video. You have until November 3. 11:59 in the GMT -5 is Mexico, no? Yes, it's Mexico.
Right.
Yes, I think so.
-5 in Brazil is.
No, Alexandre, it changed the time here. It's GMT -6 in Mexico. So GMT -5, I don't know what's.
Give me a second.
Yeah, in Brazil,
Where is
usually it's
GMT
GMT
-5?
-3.
Is Brazil?
-3, yeah.
In Brazil, usually it's -3, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's wrong. It's wrong. I replace. Okay, I replace to GMT -6. Okay, it's Mexico. Okay, and it means that it's 11:59. It's around meia-noite, 1 hora, 2 horas. It's 2 hours, 2:59 in Brazil. Okay. You have the reply to the piece. I will explain a little ahead. The project setup, you have 11, 18 to the next, in 25, and the final presentation is 2 December, and the reflection 3 December. All the dates and the due dates is here. Okay. The license of these files and some information about us. Okay, in our content here in this lab, in the GitHub. So what you have more? Okay, you have the scenario. You have a link to solution. In the solution, you have a better description about the solution. Talk about the client, talk about the state, blah blah blah. And at the end, you have support material. What is the support materials? For example, here about the Android. In the Android, you have some explanation about the client, including you have one example of the JavaScript code, okay, that you implemented. You have the GUI, but you don't have the. It's like oh my gosh, I missed the Lord. But you have the
it's not an application of Android. It's not a Dalvik application. It's a JavaScript application.
Yes, it's a JavaScript application.
You're looking.
Yes, it use the React. It's a React native. It's a library that run native code in Android and in the Apple. Okay. And you have the code, but for example, if you click and connect, nothing happens. Okay, the implementation of the MQTT part is not here. You have the schedule of the code here. Okay, and you have where is it here? You have a hands-on about how to use Android's native React Native tools. Okay, you have some directions, some materials to support you. It's the same. For example, again, you don't use inside the emulation environment JavaScript. You use the Python, and you have an example of the publish agent. Oh, sorry, publish agent in the Python script here, and you have some hands-on to explain how to use this code. Okay, it's the same. It's a PDF where you have some explanation. Okay, you have the same thing to the broker. You have the same thing to connect to the MySQL and Mosquito. You have the same thing to create the dashboard, and you have the same thing to the mininet. Okay. Another thing that you have here is the deliverables. In the deliverables, you have, for example, the icebreaker. You have the directions about what is the icebreaker, what you need to do in step 1, la rubrica, what you need to do in the step 2, and la rubrica. About the project setup, explain what is the project setup and how you'll be evaluated. You have the same thing to all the activities, okay? All the activities until the end of the course. Deliverables, I told, schedule, I show you, and here you have the student groups, okay? All the groups, if you have some questions. I believe it's all. Scenario, solution, the project methodology, sorry. The project methodology, you have some explanation about the GSL methodology, okay? And it's out. We provide a Slack environment to work. Pay attention that you have GSL BR Max. This room is to share the general information. Okay, it's the channel that I provide some information. For example, these PowerPoints I will share in this group. The link, the video that we record now, I publish in the YouTube and I send the link here too, okay? Another groups, we already, you create too, a lot of other groups. Is the group that you organize. For example, merengues, you have the students that is inside this group. This group is for you, okay? You can discuss the things, you can make questions for us because we are in this group. But the group, if you don't use, for example, I don't like the Slack. I prefer to use the WhatsApp to talk. Okay, you create in the WhatsApp and work in the WhatsApp. But the GSL BR Max, you need to be because the information we share there. Okay. And Professor, do you want to complement anything? Yeah.
Yeah. So in Brazil, we divided the groups as well, and we fit these groups randomly to the Mexican side groups. So each group of Brazilians, usually 3, will join a group of 5, I think, from Mexico side. Yeah, thanks.
But a question, the people knows which group he is, no? In Cesar, the Brazilian guys. He knows which group he will be, you are.
No, I don't think so. Did you send an email with the names of the groups?
I share with you.
Yeah, I did. I
But I can show now here again. Okay, no problem. Sure.
Sorry, I think we are assigned in the groups in the Slack.
Yes, sure. Yes,
we can see our group.
Yes, thank you. Yes, exactly. So, okay. At the end of the activities, each student receive a digital badge that you can use into the LinkedIn and other, like it's the same thing that you have in the Google and the Microsoft is the same approach. To receive this digital badge, you need to participate in the ice break, participate in the team activities, participate in the reflection, and receive 8% of the total of the global classroom grade. Okay. About the ice break activity. What is the ice break? The ice break is like the name said, okay? It's the ice break. It's like we did in the beginning of the presentation day. I introduced me, I said my background, but here the idea is to be more informal, okay? You create a video 1 to 3 minutes, okay? The best idea is 3 minutes. It's easiest to create the video. 1 minute is very hard. Okay, tell a little about yourself, who you are, where you are from, what you like to do in your free time, what are some of your interests, your passions, and your plans. Remember, a lot of people in Mexico don't know nothing about Brazil, okay? For example, things that Brazil is Rio, okay? The carnival and other things. It's the same from Mexico. A lot of the students from Brazil don't know a lot of things about Mexico. Mexico is Cancun, no? It's a nice place too. But Mexico City is a nice place to live, and you can explore, talk a little about your experience in the Mexico City. Okay, it's the same from Brazil. I know that in Ita there are a lot of students from the Northeast that has the best beach in Brazil. A lot of people has the south of the country that has a lot of beautiful beaches too. I love beaches, okay? There's a lot of beautiful beaches too. There are people from the Minas Gerais that has history. Okay, talk a little about your country. It's the time to join this experience, okay? Don't use, oh, I'm from Brazil. No, from Brazil, the people knows. But see, oh, I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I love samba, or I love football. Okay, it's the time. The idea is to focus more on what the international peers you suppose to don't know about you, your city, your country, and your school. Okay. After you do this video, you need to reply at least 2 other students from the other country, okay? The Mexico guys reply the icebreaker video from the ITA, the Brazilians, and the Brazilian reply the people from the tech, okay? To do this activity, you need to use this link, but again, here in the GitHub, in deliverables, if you go to the activity icebreaker, you can go to this link too, okay? Here you have the same link. In this link, you have a lot of videos. For example, Professor Luis Vietas creates a video, okay? Introduce yourself. You can see the video to have some ideas. I have my video here. There are some students that already did the Professor Luis Gonzalez, my video here. You can use our video to have some ideas what you need to do, okay? But again, this activity is a very informal activity, okay? Talk about what you love, okay? It's the idea. Sell your country, okay? And it's all. One more thing, I miss it. No, I miss it. No, it's not. Let's slide. The next step, read the GitHub website. It's very important. All the information is there. You don't know how many times we spend to create this website, okay? Talk with your peers. Use the Slack to talk anything that you want. Oh, for example, do you love soccer? There are nice teams in Mexico. There are nice teams in Brazil. There are a lot of people in Mexico that loves to play guitar, they play piano, they play a lot of things. Use the Slack to talk, for example, this week, not only technical stuff, but to talk about the general things, okay? Talk with your peers, know your peers. Perform the icebreak activity, okay? The icebreak and the reply is the task that you need to do this week, okay? And there are one more thing. How we support you. The main idea is to support you in the class, okay? I am Cesar, Luis Yepes, Luis Jose, help you during the class. However, there are times it's impossible to be all of us in the same time, in the same place during the class, because the class in Brazil, I believe, is Monday. Is Monday, Cesar? Is Monday?
Yeah, Monday morning.
Yeah, Monday morning. Here in Mexico, I have 2 groups. I have class on Monday, class on Friday. And what I am Cesar define. One time a week, okay, you are available to clarify any question, the general question, because sometimes you need to ask about part of the IoT and part of the network, and you need to ask. Maybe you need, for example, to the whole group ask for us together. Okay, it's impossible to be available all days. Okay, you define 3 days that is possible to be online. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, these 3 days. Nothing like Monday and not like Friday. Friday, 10 p.m. I'm in Brazil. I drink beer. Okay, I'm not working on Friday. Okay, so I need that you answer the survey here. Okay, what is the survey? This survey, remember, it's 7 p.m. in Brazil and 10 p.m. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. in Mexico and 10 p.m. in Brazil. Okay, and it's not these Mercury's, is not these Jueves, is not these Viernes. Okay, you will select one of these 3. Okay, I prefer on Mercury's is Wednesday. No, when is Wednesday? Is Mercury's? Okay.
Miércoles is Wednesday.
Okay. Mercury, Jueves, and Viernes. Okay. You select one of the three, and the most, it's like this meeting. The most vote, the date that you receive more votes, we are available every week during this time to clarify any question that you have. Okay. I need that you ask this survey until this Friday. Okay. To be possible that we prepare for the next week. Okay. I shared this link in the Slack too, okay, after this meeting. Okay. It's all. Any question, guys?
No, okay.
No, for now.
Okay. Anything that you would like to complement, Luis and Luis José, Luis Yepes, and Cesar?
Where can we find the link to the survey?
I share here in the chat and Slack. Give me a second. In the chat, it's here, and in the Slack, give me a second.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just to complement, I think the students, when they start to discuss and meet, find their groups, it would be important to, divide the project such that, it's more like divide and conquer, how to approach the project. And the project is it seems very complicated, but lots of pieces are they can be with a little bit of work done very, very rapidly. But if you need anything, you can ask. In my case, I will respond questions in the Slack that Professor Barreto have set up, and also in class. I will also try to respond in class. Since the Mininet is something related to networking, I think the Brazilian students there already had some experience with Mininet in one of our labs, previous labs, but they don't have experience with the IoT Mosquito, and I think this will be very beneficial for them to learn as well. And the Mexican students will have the experience to see some of these networking things working as well. There will be very good to complement both of this information. Yeah, thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next weeks. Thank you.
Luis Yepes, you want to complement something?
Well, just to let you know that I will be available also on Slack. I will help you with networking, but we don't know with hardware, maybe with the implementation. So wherever I can help, I will be available. You can call me by Slack, and I will be available. And for the Brazilian students, well, I also speak a little bit of Portuguese, so maybe that can help a bit. Thank you.
Luis José?
Yeah, no, not really, just the same. I'm also available in Slack via my email. I think those are the main channels where you can reach me out. Yep, happy to listen to your questions or comments regarding any subject. Yep.
Luis, is this a background?
Yeah, of course,
it's
a virtual background. Yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, do you have any questions?
No, teacher,
For
everything
now.
is okay for me. The questions will come when we work on the project, but not for now.
No, teacher, thank you so much for explanation.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys, again, we are very excited for this work with you. It's for me, it's like a dream to back to ITA to work with the ITA students and to connect with the students with the Tech Monterey students. I believe you have a nice project, and our expectation, like Luis Yepes and Luis Roseli last year, we worked together, not in a big group like us, like now, but our expectation is to be surprised. And I believe it says it's the same, to be surprised with the results that you have condition to do, okay? You see that there are a lot of parts of the project done, or not done, but almost done. And the big work is to connect this part, integrate this part, and make that make sense together. And I believe you have the both group has the condition to work together. Again, the medical group work now in IoT and to create dashboard, okay, and to work in the digital system. It's the part that the medical group is working now, and the ITA group works in network. I believe the both group together can produce nice things at the end of this cooperation. Okay. If you don't have any question, thank you very much for your time. I will share the video. The video I will share tomorrow, and the presentation I share immediately after this meeting, and the survey to answer. Okay. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Okay, guys. See you. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye bye.
Yeah. So.
Thank you.